My name's Dr. Mark Wenitong and I'm the Senior Medical Officer at Punapima Cape York Health Council. Now, I've been there for a while now. Previously I was the Senior Medical Officer at Gurriny Health Services, particularly when I was doing a lot more work with Yarrabah. So my family group's Cubby Cubby, which is South Queensland tribal group, a mixture there, and Vanuatu, so South Sea Islander, which is really interesting because I've got quite a few family connections with Yarrabah and relatives over there. Plus, from Ambram Island in Vanuatu, there's a lot of Ambrams over at Yarrabah as well, so there's a big connection over there. My mother's worked over there as a health worker very early on for a while, so that's pretty much it. I can remember being presented with the suicide rates at Yarrabah that long ago and just being absolutely shocked. I mean, you think about young Aboriginal people and the lives and the loss of life and the waste of life in that, and just that there were so many in over short periods of time. So at the time for me it was really difficult, and I really didn't have any fantastic ideas on, well, this is what we should do, and it was really up to that community and the people that work and live there and the stakeholders over there. It was so vitally important that the community there and the internal community organisations in Yarrabah had that support, especially structural support from outside service agencies. And I think a few things like the men's group and Gurriny Yealamucka had these contacts with Queensland Union, with Ernest, Hunter and other groups, and getting that kind of expertise to back up communities' ways of doing things, I think was a really innovative and just a smart, logical approach. Particularly the idea that the community people were so involved in this, and that that friends and kids and youth and others were able to become involved in early detection and you know, sounding out their friends and ensuring that there was a safe place. The way things developed over there, and some of the structural processes that were put into place. So by structural I just mean that it became part of how people did business over there, so it wasn't add-ons or bits and pieces of programs. It was a way that people got together and organisations got together and continued to work out this. And you can see today that the rates of suicide and self-harm are so much less than they were in those days, and hugely significant, you know, process this for communities being able to address these kind of problems themselves. There's a couple of things that I think would be really important for other communities that are having to deal with problems such as these. One, and I think it's a key take-home message, is just not to lose hope. This is for individuals and communities. So as a clinician speaking to somebody who's lost hope and is in despair and thinking things are never going to change, things can change, and there's always hope, and as long as you have a spark of hope, you can get there and you can make it. And the same for communities, and that's one of the things that Yarrabah has proven, that with hope you can make it. The other thing is that we come from amazingly resilient communities. The Aboriginal communities are existing in dysfunction and in terrible circumstances and infrastructure in a lot of ways, and we're still there and we're still going on, and people are still not just succeeding but excelling from some of our communities. So we need to take a hold of that and remember that we have been around for a long time, we'll be around for a long time, and we can have some faith in ourselves and our resilience to get us through.